So here's something we all face when we ride. You want a radar that feels reliable, yet you don't always want to pay the Garmin price. And that's why we are here today. We spent time with the Garmin Varia RTL515 and the Ravemen NT201 on rides, so we could see how the cheaper option behaves next to the popular one. And the differences show up fast once we hit roads. Let's get started. And first, we talk about how both feel in the hand, because that sets the tone for the whole experience. The Garmin feels tighter and more refined, which matches its long reputation. Its body has this slim, vertical shape, which sits flush on most seat posts, and we never second guess it once we mount it. The Ravemen sits a bit wider and has a more plastic feel. And yes, it feels less premium the moment we pick it up, which is fair at its price. But the lighter weight helps with carbon posts and small frames. Besides that, the side glow windows give a bit of extra visibility, which the Garmin does not offer in the same way. That small detail adds nice value in real traffic. Now, once both go on the bike, the difference in refinement shows again. Garmin's mount locks with a familiar quarter turn that feels sturdy, while Ravemen uses a strap system that feels simple but reliable. And even though it feels budget, we never saw it twisting on rough roads, so both stay put, just with different personalities. Then we move to controls. Garmin keeps things minimal with a single button, which taps easily even with gloves. Ravemen follows the same idea, which keeps things simple on the road. And since both turn on fast and show status lights clearly, we never worry about operation. Next comes pairing, and Garmin leads here because the entire ecosystem is built around edge computers, wearables, and the Varia app. It slots into Garmin's world without effort. And if you use Ride with GPS, the overlays feel natural. Ravemen also works with Garmin, Wahoo, and Hammerhead units, which is a huge deal at this price. We pair it through ANT+, and it shows up instantly on the Edge 540. And once connected, the radar view looks the same as the Garmin feed, which means the experience on the head unit feels familiar and clear. Now, this is where the ride experience starts to separate them. Garmin has years of refinement, and it shows. Detection is consistent and smooth. Cars show up at the expected range, and movement on the radar strip feels predictable. You always know how close a vehicle is, and how fast it approaches. Ravemen surprised us here. We expect occasional false alerts, because that is common on budget units. Yet the NT201 tracks cars with nice accuracy. It picks up vehicles very close to Garmin's timing on straight roads, and sometimes it picks them up slightly earlier. That was unexpected. We also do not see ghost cars during our rides, which is rare at this price. However, Garmin feels a bit steadier in busy areas or close to side walls. It holds its lock in a way that comes from years of updates. Ravemen stays clean most of the time and reacts well, but we still feel a bit more confidence with the Garmin under mixed traffic. Brightness is the next thing we feel right away. Garmin pushes a cleaner and more concentrated beam with multiple modes, including Peloton mode, which keeps group rides comfortable. It reaches 1 mile in daylight, and that visibility is proven after many seasons of use. Ravemen uses 80 lumens at peak with a lens that focuses light straight back while also sending some glow to the sides. And that side spread helps at junctions and angled roads. For visibility, both do well, but Garmin's beam feels tighter and more polished. Ravemen feels bright enough for daily rides with no real compromise. Battery life favors Ravemen on paper with long hours that go deep into a full weekend, and the auto on-off feature saves power without any thought. Garmin gives around 16 hours in day flash and less in solid mode. We feel both last long enough for most rides, yet the Ravemen gives that extra comfort when we forget to charge. Garmin's app support adds value though. You get vibration alerts, speed-based colors, and smoother integration. Ravemen works fine without an app because the head unit does most of the work, yet we miss deeper settings sometimes. And since radar is all about trust, this part matters. We know Garmin has years of durability behind it. It handles rain, dust, drops, and long seasons without complaint. That track record gives peace of mind. Ravemen feels good so far, and the IPX6 rating holds well, but we still cannot speak about long-term durability yet. The early signs are positive though. No weird noise, no loose fit, and stable alerts. And now we get to the part you probably care about most, because once we look at the whole radar lineup, the price gaps tell their own story. The Garmin RTL515 usually sits well above the Ravemen, and that cost reflects its ecosystem and long-term trust. But Garmin also offers a radar-only version without the tail light, and that one sits under $100. So if you already use a bright rear light, that cheaper Garmin option places you close to the Ravemen price without losing Garmin's radar accuracy. Then you have the Brighton Guardia R300L at around $130, which sits in the middle. It feels like a balanced choice for riders who want more polish than a budget pick, but don't want to stretch to Garmin's full price. And above that, there's the Varia RTL515 at around $350. It adds a built-in camera, which records the road behind you, and that gives a type of peace of mind nothing else in this list offers. So once we line everything up, the Ravemen NT201 stays the most value-focused option. You spend under $100 and still get radar behavior that keeps up with Garmin in most real rides. Garmin remains the pick for long-term confidence and deeper integration, while the Ravemen becomes the smart entry point if you want awareness without a heavy price tag. So here's how we see it after riding both side by side. If you already ride with an edge computer and you want a radar you never think twice about, the Garmin Varia RTL515 remains the safer, lifelong pick. The build, the refined detection, and the ecosystem support justify the price if you ride often. But if you want radar safety without crossing into the premium range, the Ravemen NT201 feels like a smart buy. It delivers real awareness, and it behaves close enough to the Varia that you do not feel left behind. And for many riders, that alone makes it worth every dollar. Both deliver peace of mind on the road, and once you ride with radar, you rarely want to go back. That was all. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.